Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. We're thrilled to have you here with us. We're passionate about sharing our love for cooking with you, and we hope you're as excited as we are. Our goal is to make your cooking experience fun, enjoyable, and delicious. We've got a fantastic lineup of videos planned for you, covering a wide range of recipes, techniques, and tips. Whether you're a seasoned chef or just starting out, we've got something for everyone. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of cooking together. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Today, we're going to show you how to cut thin beef strips like a pro. So let's dive right in. First things first, you'll need a sharp knife. This is crucial for ensuring clean cuts and preventing any accidents. Now, place your beef on a cutting board and start by slicing off any excess fat. This will give you a cleaner, more even surface to work with. Next, hold the beef firmly with one hand and use your other hand to guide the knife. Remember to keep your fingers away from the blade and to use a rocking motion to cut the beef into thin strips. And there you have it, thin beef strips ready to be cooked and enjoyed. These are amazing chestnut mushrooms. Here's a little tutorial on how to wash and slice them. Chestnut mushrooms, also known as the golden mushroom, are a delicious and versatile ingredient that can be used in a variety of dishes. To wash them, simply run them under cold water and give them a gentle scrub. It's important to not soak them, as they can absorb water and become soggy. Once washed, it's time to slice them. You can choose to slice them thick or thin, depending on your preference. For a thicker slice, cut them in half. And for a thinner slice, cut them into quarters. And there you have it. Now you're ready to cook up some delicious chestnut mushrooms in this delicious recipe. We're going to share some tips on how to cut brown onions without crying. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that impossible? 1. Keep your onions in the fridge. Cold onions are less likely to make you cry. 2. Use a sharp knife. A dull knife can cause more irritation. 3. Keep your eyes open. If you keep your eyes open, you won't cry as much. 4. Keep your head up. Hold your breath and look up, away from the onion. 5. Use a fan. If all else fails, a fan can help blow the fumes away. With this recipe, there's no need to overseason the beef. Some simple salt, pepper, and garlic is more than enough, and a little flour to help sear the meat. Make sure to get your pot nice and hot so that the meat sears. Don't stress about any bits that stick. We will use the leftover bits when we deglaze the pan. Now for the mushrooms. We start by melting some butter. Then we add our delicious mushrooms. Can you see the yummy flavors from the beef coming up? Add in the onions and cook till nice and soft. So I guess this is confession time, right? I deglaze the pan with a nice white wine, but I mispressed the record button. So here you can see the wine. It's taken the rest of all of the flavors from the bottom of the pan. Then we add in some garlic. Completely up to you how much. I always put at least a third more than the recommended amount. So now that everything is cooked, we will add back in the beef. Let's bring its temperature back up, remembering to stir. Now we add a few more flavors in. Can anyone pronounce this correctly? Worcestershire sauce. I can really start to smell the flavors we have going on here. So yummy. We add in beef stock now. Please don't add gravy. They're completely different things. Keeping the temperature at a nice simmer, we now add in our Greek yogurt. Please use Greek yogurt and not Greek style yogurt. There is a difference. Gently stir this in. Add in more if needed. Feel free to thicken the sauce with some flour or corn flour. You can serve this with rice, pasta, or mashed potatoes. I prefer mashed potatoes. You don't have to use so much salt like me. While those boil, you can prepare your other vegetables. I find these carrots to be much sweeter than others, so they're my go-to for roasting. To be fair, you don't need to peel them really. I just trim the ends here, then I cut them into 2 pieces. I lightly spray them with virgin olive oil. Okay, fine, maybe not lightly spray. I like a bit of oil, alright. My go-to seasonings for veggies are garlic granules, pepper, and salt. By now the potatoes should be soft enough. Now there are 2 kinds of people in this world. Those who believe that mashed potatoes should contain lumps, and the people who write, those who believe it should be smooth. Now, if you like smooth mashed potatoes, you must get one of these. Absolute game changer. Just look at that. 0 lumps. I added butter, salt, and pepper, then mixed in till the butter melted. Oh, in case you wanted to buy one of these. They are called potato ricers. And there you have it. A beautifully yummy, creamy beef stroganoff, served with sweet roasted carrots, steamed cabbage, and the smoothest mashed potatoes. Thanks for watching. I've really missed you all. Until the next video, bye for now. Love you all.